Hey everybody. This week I'm going to be covering aligning systems within your business. This is one of those things that you can do to help your business really get more efficient and get more effective. I see a lot where, and this happens all over the place. If it's happening to you, you're not alone. Every business that I've ever worked with on any level, either as a consultant or in my corporate career, we do things in our business that over time they grow to be things that aren't actually aligned with what it is we're trying to do and what it is we're trying to achieve and the outcomes that we want to get. And taking some time to align your business is a way for you to refocus what it is that you're doing and making sure that you're not wasting time, you're not wasting energy, you're not wasting money. So that's what we're going to cover today and throughout the rest of the week. Let's go ahead and get started. So when we talk about aligning systems within your business, we're going to actually start at the very end. Let's talk about why you're in business today. I refer to these as ultimate outcomes. So you have some desired ultimate outcomes, which is the reason that you're in business. And I've talked to a lot of different entrepreneurs, a lot of different founders and business owners about this question, asked them this question. I've gone and studied polls online and things like that, just to look at how people answer this question. And there are three answers that you end up with. One is people want money. They're in this for making money to be able to provide for themselves, for their family, for their loved ones, etc. A second answer to this is what is classified as time or freedom. It gets expressed in both ways. People want to be able to do what they want to do when they want to do it, whether that's traveling, spending more time with your kids, donating energies to certain things. You just want to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it and not have to go to a job, work 9 to 5 or 8 to 10 or whatever the case may be. So that's reason number 2, time or freedom. And then reason number 3, people are looking for some type of personal fulfillment. This comes in a lot of different forms. It might be something like you want to plant trees and save forests, you want to save the Amazon, you want to feed orphans, you want to provide for people that have grown up in similar situations to you to give them opportunities you didn't have. There's all kinds of personal fulfillment reasons. This is you are doing something because it makes you feel good, it makes you feel happy, it makes you feel like you're contributing to society, etc. So those are really the three ways that question of why you're in business gets answered. And I want you to start there and answer that for yourself. And it's really important that you're really honest in how you answer this question, okay? If you don't care about feeding orphans, don't say you care about feeding orphans. You want to be brutally honest with yourself. Don't worry about judgment or who might see this or hear this. You have to answer that question honestly, because we're going to align everything that you're doing in your business to these initial goalposts that we set up when you define these desired outcomes that you want. And if you define things that you don't actually want, when we do that alignment, you're going to be getting outcomes that you don't actually want. So be really honest with yourself and define these ultimate outcomes in a way that really represents who you are and why it is you're in business. Now, it could be combinations of these things. You could want all three of these things. There's no one right answer. You don't have to have all three. You don't have to have only one or two. Any combination is acceptable. And the degrees that you want are going to be different for each individual as well. So you might be 30% money, 30% time, and 40% fulfillment, or you might be 60 money, 40 time, or any combination of those three things. So that's okay as well. Just be really honest with yourself when you go through and define what it is you want for ultimate outcomes in your business. And again, the reason that you do this is we're going to set these up as goalposts. And then as we start working through your business and we look at the individual systems, we're going to make sure that you've got everything aligned that you need to those ultimate outcomes. Okay. Once you have that done, the next thing you want to start doing is looking at the individual systems that are in your business. So I talk about this a lot, and looking at your business in these pieces and starting to break it down into more manageable chunks. Now, with each of these systems that you have in your business, you're going to want to define the outcome of that system. So when we talk about generating traffic with a system, talk about the outcomes that you expect when you're generating traffic. What are the qualities you want that traffic to have? Why do you want that traffic? That's really defining the outcomes that you want, the desired outcomes of your traffic system. And you'll want to do that for each of the systems that you have in your business. Make sure you've got well-defined desired outcomes for each of those systems. Now, when you do that, what you're going to start to see is you're going to start to see maybe some gaps where you've got some systems in place, but the system by itself can't get to that ultimate outcome. So you think about having a traffic system. If you don't have a way to convert that traffic into sales, if you don't have an actual conversion piece there, you've got a gap. If you don't have a great way to deliver your products or support your products, you potentially have a gap. If you don't have some of the systems in place to actually give you some of your time back, you might have a gap. So as you start to think through this, those gaps should start to show up where you can start thinking through, here's what I'm doing. Well, here's what I'm not doing as well. You can start to identify those things. Now, you want to make sure as you are identifying these systems that you are relating those outcomes to the ultimate outcomes that you want. And you'll see one of two things often when there are problems. Either you're doing things that aren't aligned to those outcomes, or you're not doing things that are aligned to those outcomes. So what I've seen a lot in different businesses is you might be very focused on personal fulfillment, on doing a greater good, and that's your main mission in business, but you also realize that you need some money. At least 20 or 30% of your concern is making money to grow the business, to be able to help more people and do more for more people. And what happens when you start to break the business down, what you see is that everything the business is doing is aligned to that personal fulfillment, and they're not actually doing anything to really make any money, or a lot of what they're doing just doesn't have the return. Maybe they're going above and beyond. They're spending a lot of extra time with their customers, hand-holding in a way that doesn't actually generate them enough money to grow and scale the business the way that they want to. So you see both of those things. Again, you'll see you're doing things that aren't aligned, or you're not doing things that you need to do in order to get those outcomes that you're looking for. Once you have that alignment at the system level, the next thing that you can do is you can start to tear the systems apart. You can go into each one of your systems and do it one at a time, right? Don't try and do it all at once, but you can pick any system in your business. Pick a system that's giving you a lot of trouble or not working well, or you just think you can do a lot better. Now you can start breaking that system down into its pieces and make sure that those pieces are aligned with the desired outcome of that system. And what you'll find again is as you break down each new level, you're going to find things that you're doing that aren't aligned. You're going to find things that you're not doing that you need to do in order to have that alignment and to get those outcomes. So you're looking for both of those things at this level as well. Looking for steps that you're doing in your system that, hey, this isn't really adding value to what it is we're trying to do here. Let's stop doing that thing. Likewise, you're looking for gaps to identify, hey, we need an extra step here. We need to do a couple of extra things to really get to the outcome of this system that we want to have. So from a high level, that's really what aligning your business is about. Define those ultimate outcomes, define your systems, and define the outcomes of each system. And then within the system, define the pieces, and then make sure pieces are aligned to the system outcomes are aligned to the ultimate outcomes. as you do this, you're going to find inefficiencies. You're going to find things that you're doing that don't add value. You're going to find gaps that are probably impacting your effectiveness, and you'll be able to then start putting together a plan of action to address those issues that you have and make improvements to it as the way you do business. So that's it for us today. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be covering this in greater detail throughout the rest of the week. As always, if you have questions or concerns or something just wasn't quite clear to you, feel free to email me or message me. You can find me on all my social channels, and I will be sure to get back to you. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you online.